I am beginning my next project. I'm cutting out this skirt pattern that I purchased from Black Snail, but I am changing up the way. Another thing I want to mention is that I am cutting my pieces out with pinking shears. Also, what I didn't say, this is a 1900s cycling skirt pattern that I purchased from Black Snail. But what I'm going to do is make it into a walking skirt instead of having it be a pleated cycling skirt. It's going to be a walking skirt instead of a cycling skirt. So now I'm going to sew the side seam. I have two yellow pins where I'm going to stop for the pocket opening, because I did learn a technique from Bernadette on how to insert a pocket, and I'm going to use that technique in inserting this pocket. She is one of the YouTubers that I follow who is an expert in historical sewing. Is an expert in historical sewing. Stop here at this pin and back stitch, and then cut my thread, pick up again at this pin, because that is where the pocket opening will be, and then I will sew down the rest of the way. Always back stitch. And this is the front panel and the side panel. I still have to add the back panel and the other side. And I will add the pockets. I will come back when I have done the other side. I am about to add the waistband to the skirt. I've totally seamed the entire skirt up, and now I'm going to add the waistband. I'll come back when I have it pinned and sewn right sides together. I am going to stitch down the waistband now, right sides together. Stitch down the right sides together of this waistband. If you hear any noise, it is my cat, King Henry VIII. He is around my feet. Plain. So I'm going to stitch down the waistband to the front of this skirt, and then I will turn it and stitch it to the inside. And now I have pressed my hem. I put on the waistband. This is the waistband. This is the waistband. So I installed the waistband. I have pressed the hem. I turned it up 1/4 of an inch and then 1 inch. And I know it is historically accurate to hand stitch this hem down, but I am going to machine stitch my hem down. That's what I'm going to do next. Then I will be installing these. I'll be installing these sew-in snaps as my closure. And I know they're not historically accurate, but that's what I have on hand. I don't have the skirt hooks. I have the hook and eyes, but I don't have the skirt hooks. So I'm going to use these sew-in snaps on the skirt closure, and I'll be using these as well when I make the vest. So I'll come back when the hem is done. The skirt is finished. I have sewn in the snaps in the back. This is the front. It looks way better than the first walking skirt that I made. I am very pleased with it. As I stated at the beginning, it is a black snail pattern from the 1900s. That's a shop on Etsy. They have lots of historical patterns, vintage patterns from the Edwardian and Victorian era. So if you're interested in making vintage Victorian clothing yourself and you need a place to get printable patterns, Black Snail is on Etsy, and you can download and print the patterns yourself. And this is the walking skirt that I've made from their 1900s pattern. Thanks for coming along with me on this journey.